There was a bullfrog, an African toad in my throat. This is the video showcasing the build for the car and computer giveaway. So Randy, this is the computer that we're building for you, and we're gonna drive this freaking thing to South Dakota. In this video, we're gonna show you the build, we're gonna do some tests with the build, but first we're gonna build it. But before that, I'm going to tell you all the different parts that we're going to be using in this. So let's start off with, what should we start off with?
Graphics card.
Graphics card. This is the R9 Vapor X edition with the Tri-X cooling unit on top. Tri-X is Sapphire's special term for the three fans here. Now, this is extremely special, and I'm glad to be working with this. Probably the coolest R9 290X I've ever seen. First off, it's a 2.5 slot card, nice and thick. You guys can check out our little overview video, but I'm going to get nerdier in this one. One other thing I like about this is there's actually a vapor chamber. It's not exactly heat pipes. They've created a vapor chamber here. And one other thing that they've done to make the cooling even crazier, the PCB actually touches the heatsink. And so it draws, I guess, the copper on the inside of the PCB, it draws heat away from that as well. So it's nice and quiet. There's going to be a lot of quiet stuff going on in this build. All right, for the RAM, we have 8 gigabytes of the brand new XPG version 3 from ADATA, and I'm quite happy to be playing with this. It's so new that it's not even like on the market yet. This is 2100 megahertz, so it's not going to be any problem at all for what we're doing, and we could probably overclock this a little bit too. I don't think we'll need to. Now, check out these heat fins, some new dissipation technology, and it's red. They also come with gold, so we could use red or gold. Doesn't really go with the blue R9 290X, but you know what does go with the blue R9 290X? Look at this bling right here. I'm gonna put this to be my grill. Yeah, what's up, son? Let's cruise.
That's gonna go in a computer.
Yeah, what's that, son? Yeah. It's not a grill, not the mustache. Yes.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
For the SSD, you can throw these things around. There's no moving parts. 512 gigabytes. SSD right here. It's the Premier Pro SSD. The read and write's around 500. It's not their top-of-the-line XPG SSD, but it's slightly more affordable and lots of space. Plus, the randoms on this are really good as well. So I'm quite happy with this one. The 512 is the reads up to 560, and we'll play around with that. I think the write's 400. It says right here on the back 460 for the write. So yeah, this is nice. This is bigger than my SSD. So we're also going to be putting this PV110 power bank into the system. This is for the trip, actually. And then Randy, when we get there, we're going to hook you up with this thing as well, so you can have power in your pocket, portable power, to be power player of pulchritudinous popularity. That makes no sense. So this thing has a 2.5 amp and a 1 amp output on the back, so you can get your fast charge on or whatever. We're going to use this a lot on the trip. This is going to be used and abused. I may even chew on this for a little bit, just like I do. So I wanted to give you some really good, clean power. So I've been axing them for some platinum. I want to put this in my teeth, Joe. Why am I in like ghetto?
I think Embra's getting to you.
I don't know what that means.
She wants to bite everything.
Oh,
now
yeah.
You want to bite everything.
This is 1,000 watt Newton right here, and this is way overkill for this system. But I mean, this thing's going to last a long time. 100% Japanese capacitors. And then one of the things I really like about this is that the fan doesn't kick on to like 40-50% load. So with your system, you're not going to be drawing too much. The fan's going to kick on and it's going to run at a low RPM because you're going to have you've got a lot of overhead with this thing. So it's going to be quiet and cool and nice and just happy. Yeah, that's why we're using this one. You know, Tyler from Mayflower Electronics saw everything that we're doing and he was like, dude, I want to hook you guys up too, or at least hook up the winner. So he pitched in a 4670K and he said, which CPU should we use? And I said, let's use something that we can overclock a little bit. So we got this one. It's going to be amazing for games, allow you to overclock. He was also nice enough to throw in a hard drive that he discarded. So this has pretty much been ripped out of one of his old systems. And if you guys can see there, it says, please wipe me. I've seen things no other human should see. We should not wipe this.
I want to see.
I don't think we should go through his stuff. So we're going to wipe this thing and make sure it doesn't contaminate the rest of the system. I'll wipe it separately before we put it in there, and I'll clean it with alcohol swabs. But this is a 2 terabyte mechanical hard drive, so you can have plenty of storage for games and music and movies and backflips and things that no other human should see. For the motherboard, we went basic ASRock Z97M Anniversary Edition. It's a Z97 platform. without as many bells and whistles as some of the things out there, but it's exactly what we need for this system. Everything's going to plug into this just fine. Overclocking is not extreme, but you actually can do some overclocking on this. It can handle all the components just fine. And my only gripe is it only has one slot for a graphics card, so you won't be able to add multiple ones, but that's a 2.5 slot, insanely fast graphics card. And I always like one really fast graphics card as opposed to two middle-of-the-road graphics cards. But two insanely fast graphics cards down the road, you'll have to upgrade your motherboard, Randy. But this is totally going to get you started for now, and it's probably going to be all you'll need for a good long while. All right, for the case, we are going to use the Node 804. I like the compact size, and I like what they're doing here. The idea is that there are two separate chambers for ventilation and cooling. So on one side we have the motherboard and the components, and on the other side we have the hard drives and the power supply. And there are a lot of options for hard drives in this thing, and it's also, since it's, you know, sort of almost a cube, there's a lot of extra room in there for things like extra fans, water cooling. So I'm quite happy with this case here. So Randy, here is your computer, and I am pleased with it. We are going to be leaving. We need to leave like pretty soon, don't we? We should be leaving right now. Why am I still talking? We're gonna bring this thing. Thanks again to our sponsors. See if I can do it all off the top of my head. Thanks again to ADATA. Thanks again to Fractal. Thanks again to Sapphire. And do not forget, private internet access is going to be on here. So you're going to get a year of completely safe browsing. You should always practice safe browsing. And all you guys at home, private internet's what I use. Private internet's what Pistol uses. And I think you've even got it on your machine too. Yep. We're all running private internet access all day long. So we're putting that on there to make sure that your browsing is safe and secured and encrypted. And special thanks to Mayflower Electronics for all the awesome gear. We need some audio stuff. We should probably stop by there. Yes, is my hair good? It's wonderful. Yeah, thanks for answering. I can't even see it. I'm hyper. I have to go pick up Josh. This sucks. God, that was like an angsty teen little crisis there, wasn't it?
Yeah, first world problems.
Just pile them up. And I salivated as well. I need to eat. My life.